Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get started with our class. I want to welcome you to ESL 970 Accent Modification. My name is Marsha Chan. Hello, everybody. Everybody say hello. I want to hear your voices. Hello. Oh, very good, because, you know, this is an oral class, right? So in an oral class, you have to vocalize. You have to speak. Right. Good. So that's a good thing. We may have people coming in, but so far, so good. We're having one class meeting today to introduce you to the course and to help you get started with some of the tools that we'll be learning from in this class. I also have scheduled a couple of midterm meetings and a final meeting, and those are all on the information that I gave you through email. Raise your hand if you received email from me. Raise your hand. Yes. Okay, good. There are some students say, email? Why do I have to do email? Okay, well, in an online class, you have to use your internet, so that's a good thing. How many of you watched my video? How many of you watched this video that's showing up here right now? Anybody watch this video already? No? Some of you are saying, video? What video? Do I do video? I do a lot of video, in fact. So, you'll see video on the DVDs that you're using for this course. And you'll also see videos of me doing some things on my channel. My channel at YouTube is called PronunciationDoctor. PronunciationDoctor is my moniker, my username for my students for language learning, and you can access them 24/7. How many of you have a YouTube username? You have a YouTube username? Okay, a few of you do. Because you came with me, you were in my class before, and I taught you how to do it. And some of you are saying maybe you watch YouTube videos, but you don't have a user. Okay, so what's the difference between a user and a lurker? Well, if you lurk, then you can't put any comments. You can't click the thumbs up and say, I like this. You know, you can't write in comments. But if you log in with your username, then you have the right to do all of those things. So I like to know if my students like my videos, then I keep doing them. If you don't like them, I'll be quiet. But then you can't learn that much. So here's my video. If you have seen it already, that's great. If you haven't, I'm not going to show it to you right now because you have access to it from several links. One of the links that I gave you is from my homepage at Mission College, which I think some of you have already viewed. If you saw my email to you, then you probably have seen my homepage at Mission College, and it has links to other items as well. Now, if you are, we're running on Wi-Fi right now, so it's a little bit slower than I'd like, but I can't complain. I love this new room, brand new room, from ceiling to floor. Everything's new. This used to be a preschool. Yeah. Do you remember? Yeah, you came with me, didn't you? And your children, right? All right, so now the preschool is all in a new place, and this place is here for us for students, so that's really great. So here's my webpage if you're interested in finding out something about me. Just very briefly, I've been here at Mission College for a really, really long time. I came here as a part-time instructor in 1983. You weren't born then, were you? In 1986, I came on as full-time, so I've been here for quite a long time. So if you want to know anything about ESL, I can tell you. I can probably tell you a lot of things about Mission College or direct you to people who can give you the help that you need if I can't do it for you myself. And I'm also been teaching online since 1997. So that's quite a long time, right? I started teaching online grammar classes, and at that time, when we were first beginning, we didn't have the capability to do a lot of the things we can do nowadays with sound files and video and stuff like that. So now I've moved into this direction and added that on to things that I do. I teach in the classroom sometimes too. This semester, you will only find me on the list of teaching this online class because I'm taking some time out to work on another book project. I've got a couple of publications, and one of them is coming up. We have a lot of things to do. So I'm working with my collaborators, my co-authors, to write another book. From my homepage, you probably already saw that you could go to the information all about the accent modification class. So Those of you who already know me, you know something about my background. What do you remember? What do you remember about me that you want to tell them, the new students? Anything you want to share with them about me that you remember? No? Don't be shy. You don't want to tell me you don't want to tell them anything? You want them to learn by themselves?
No, that the class it's a lot of homework for a couple people, they might say, but it's really helpful, and the class is so interactive with you all the time. Are you learning and doing new stuff? This class is great and Marsha is great.
Thank you. Okay, okay, A for you. Yeah, so, you know, how many of you have taken a class online before? Raise your hand if you've taken a class online. One hand, only one hand. Okay. And was it related to oral skills? No. Technology? So did you do everything by text and email? Did you have face-to-face with the teacher? No? Okay, all right. I believe in face-to-face. I think it helps a lot. I mean, I love teaching. I love teaching in the classroom, but I also know that with today's technology, we can do it's virtual face-to-face by using what we have available on our computers and through the internet. So I'm hoping that some of you will also find that useful because it gives you a little bit more time, different times of the day where you can log on to do. So we'll have sometimes where I will do an online web seminar, and you can log on at the same time and participate with me. If you're not able to participate at that same time, I will record it, and then you can watch the recording later on and feel like you're there with the other students who were in class. All right, so that's one of the ways I do it. Also, we have video and audio that you can use in addition to text. You saw that there are some dates here, and one of the things I asked you in the questionnaire was, did you put these on your personal calendar? And some people said, yes. Good for you. A for you. And then some of you said, huh? Dates? What dates? So I'm showing you right now on the screen. Today's our orientation, and then we're going to have midterm number 1 on Saturday, September 22nd, and then midterm number 2 on Saturday, October 27th from 9 to 12 in the morning. And then our final will be Saturday, December 15th. So put them on your calendar. So don't go on vacation those days. If you work on Saturday, ask your boss for a day off or switch your calendar or something. Yes? I don't know what room, but I love this room. Isn't this great?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll try to get this room again. This room wasn't available until yesterday. When I was here yesterday at 5:15, the guys were still here putting the equipment in. This is how we are the very first students in this room touching this floor. Yeah, so congratulations to us for being the first ones to use this room. But I don't know whether, I don't know what it's like. So apparently no class is scheduled in here right now. I don't know about the mornings. But in any case, I'll find a room, and I'll let you know in enough time for you to know which room to come to on those particular days. Okay? Now, I also told you that you should download the course information sheet. Raise your hand if you downloaded this course information sheet. Raise your hand if you downloaded this course information sheet. You think you did and you printed it out. Okay, well, there's somebody who's awake here. And the rest of you are still in your summertime mode. So I'm going to show you what it looks like. And I've given you 2 places to download it. One is from this page, and the other one is within the course itself. So this is what it looks like. Okay, so this is our class. It's accent reduction or accent modification, 3 units. And our section number is 22616. Here, information about me. I'm the instructor. I have my bachelor and master's degree from Stanford University up the street. And here's my email address. But I prefer for my students to contact me through Angel Mail, and I'll teach you more about that. That way I know it's not, in my regular school mail I get all kinds of mail. But if it's for my students, I know exactly what reason you will be contacting me related to my class. So I'll show you how to do that. Here's my telephone where you can leave me voicemail, and also here's a link to my YouTube Pronunciation Doctor channel if you would like to go there from this page. So the purpose of this class is to help you as an advanced English as a second language speaker be better at speaking and speak more clearly. So I would like you to learn to hear sounds of English. It's a lot more technical than in a class that's general listening and speaking. So if you're taking 970, 960 listening and speaking, you will be listening to lectures and conversations and trying to understand the matter and have conversations about that. In this class, I'm trying to teach you the technical, hear the sounds of the language. Hear it as if you are learning music, right? And you're hearing the notes of music. Because every language has its own melody. Every language has patterns that you can notice. Even though you may not understand everybody's words, you may notice that a group of people here, they're speaking French. Another group of people there, they're speaking Vietnamese. Another group of people there, they're speaking English. You may be able to guess that, like if you're at the international airport, you may be able to guess that because of various factors, such as the rhythm and intonation of the language. So those are the sorts of things that I would like you to start to listen to more discreetly. Sounds and sound patterns. So it will be partially listening and discrimination of those sounds and sound patterns. And of course, you want to comprehend the connected speech. And then the other thing is to refine your oral production. Obviously, you all speak English. And obviously, you've been speaking English for many years. And you have a facility in speaking English. You have some fluency. But what you want to do is to improve that. You don't want everyone to say, huh? I know you're speaking English, but I can't quite get the meaning. Or they're always thinking you have an accent, right? If you have an accent, that's fine. Everybody has an accent, but you can modify your accent. You can change it a little bit. You can make it a little bit different. So, for example, when I go to other places, sometimes, like for example, when I was teaching in Hong Kong, my accent changed a little bit to sort of fit in with the people around me, so that I didn't sound so American. So I sounded a little bit, I mean, they knew I was American, but they also didn't sound so strong. So we can modify our accents just as actors do, right? You can have the same accent you have right now. If you like it, you can keep it, and you can use that accent with the people you are close to, but you want to modify it and change it. Maybe you want to keep that as your standard, or you may have more than one accent, right? So you can have more than one. So what we want to do here is give you the tools to modify your accent. Part of that is really discrimination of what you hear, because unless you hear it, how are you going to make a change? You know what I'm saying? Another thing I want to focus on is the fact that changing your accent, speaking, all of this is physical activity. It's different from doing some of the technical online things you're doing. You could do everything like this and you could not open your mouth at all. It's not necessary. But in this class, you need to practice. You need to understand how your body works, the part of your body especially that is used for speaking. I mean, we don't need our feet for speaking, but we do need our lungs. We need to know what's going on in our throat. We need to know what's happening with this face up here, right? You know, cheeks, our jaw, lips, teeth, tongue. Sometimes we use our nose, you know, because these are the things that will make a difference in the accent, in the sound of our voice. So these are the parts that I ask you to pay particular attention to. I asked you to have a mirror. Do you know why? Huh? Anybody have a mirror? Who has a mirror? You have a mirror? Show me your mirror. Let me see your mirror. I want to see if your mirror works. Or maybe some of you have a phone with a what do you call that? An iPhone, or you know, with a camera on it. That also works because you can see yourself. Do any of you have a camera? Okay, so when you are able to see what your mouth looks like, then you will be more in tune with what I'm talking about. Do you usually look at your mouth when you're speaking? No. Not much? Not at all, probably. I mean, how often, let me see, how often do you walk around like this with a mirror in front of you and look at yourself? Oh my goodness, do I look like that? Okay, so I recommend that you have a mirror while you're doing my class. You have videos that you're going to watch and you'll see me on the videos, but then how will you know what you look like? Have your mirror with you at all times, so that when you are, even at times when you're a break between classes, you can start looking at yourself and see what you're doing with your mouth. Why? That is really important, because when you learn how your mouth works and what you can do to control it, then you can make some changes. You can modify the way your mouth works, right? If you don't know what you look like, you may look at me and you may see I'm going favorite, and you're going, and you think you're saying the same thing, but you don't know you're saying, and I'm saying favorite until you go like, favorite. Oh, now I got it. Right? Okay, so don't be afraid to look at your mirror. Use your mirror. Okay, if this is not big enough, get this one. Now this is a really good one, okay? So this one, my goodness, okay. Mirror, make it your best friend when you're talking about how to change the production of your sounds through your mouth. All right? That's an important thing to have. Now some of you ladies may take your little lipstick mirror out and go look at this and you see something very small, which is okay if you're only doing lips. But I want you to also know that besides your mouth, you have all these other parts of your body here, your jaw, your throat, your lungs, and if you have something bigger, it will allow you to see more of that, and it will be more helpful to you. Okay. Now, what else? You know about the books, phrase by phrase pronunciation. I know it inside and out because I wrote the book. And there are CDs and DVDs which you know how to get. Connected speech. There is a version that we sell that you can buy for your computer on with a disc, but the ones we're going to use in the class are the online license, and you'll get a registration once your username has been inputted. Then you'll get a message that says your user's ready to use it. I'm going to show you how to do it, and then later on when you get your user, you will be able to do it. Okay. All of these other things: mirror, access to computer, internet, microphone, and headphones. Now, when we do the webinars, when we do the web sessions, the teach and confer web sessions, make sure that you have earbuds or earphones, okay? The reason is because if you hear my voice coming out of your computer, it's fine if it goes into your ears, but I don't want it to go feeding back into your microphone and everybody's hearing gang, 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 gang. You know what I'm saying? All right, so you only want to make sure you're hearing my voice the whole time during the session, and your voice at the times when you have a turn and you can take a turn to speak. But do use your headphones. How many of you have headphones? Headphones? Okay, good. All right. Headphones. So you can any kind of headphones you want. I like the kind that have both the microphone and the headphones together, because that way you just got one gadget. Some people like the headphones and then use their internal microphone on their laptop. That's okay too. Just make sure the sound is not coming out from your computer during those particular sessions. I will teach you how to get it into Angel Learning Management System. Some people here are already familiar with it. So let me find out from this group now, how many of you are brand new? This is your first semester at Mission College. Raise your hand, please. Raise your hand if you're brand new. Welcome to Mission College. It's a great place. Okay, my favorite place. I've been here for a long time, so I guess I must like it. And how many of you are returning students, returning or continuing students? Okay, great. Welcome back, welcome back. How many of you know how to use Angel? Raise your hand if you know how to use Angel. Okay, so those of you who studied here before, many of you already know how to use Angel, so I will expect you to help these other people out when we get to that position, okay? I always like my students to help each other out. I know something, I'll help you. You know something, you help me, right? Is that a good idea? Okay, and sometimes during the class, people will have English questions, and I'm the expert on that, I can help you. But sometimes other people can help you with that. Sometimes people have technical problems, and other people are better at that than I am. So go ahead and answer them on our chat. The assignments, the learning material is going to be available 24/7, but I will put due dates up for everything so that you can see them. In general, my due dates are going to be like this. You're going to have, I'll tell you, I made a change. Last semester when I taught this class, I had my due date on Saturday, but a lot of students said, oh, they need the weekend to do their homework. So what I'm going to do is change it to Monday morning, okay? So Monday morning will be a deadline, so you can work all Saturday and then hand your stuff in on Monday. That might be easier for you, and then I'll post new assignments from there. Okay, here are the course objectives. I think I've spoken about them already in terms of discriminating stress and intonation and other melody parts, music of English, and understand. We're not at the word level. That's basic pronunciation. Well, we're at where you're talking in whole stories and sentences, and you have, interactions with dialogues. A lot of change that I want to help you make is in your stress and intonation. Because maybe some of you know how to pronounce the words correctly, but you don't have all the stress and intonation correctly and all the so we want to work on that. And of course, you know, I want to help you build up your fluency and your confidence. Because I know when you're speaking a foreign language, sometimes you feel a little embarrassed. You feel a little shy about, you know, when you say something, maybe somebody was going to laugh at you or they're going to misunderstand you. So I want to help you build up your confidence that you can do it. You know, because you will improve through practice, and you will improve with each other, with me, and you'll be recording and sending recordings through the internet, and practicing with people that you work with, that you study with, that you live with, and hopefully all of that will help you feel more confident in speaking English. Oh, one thing I missed up here. Sometimes people ask me, well, what do you do? How many hours a week do you work in an online class? I will just tell you that this is a 3-unit class, and a typical 3-unit class requires approximately 3.4 weekly hours in class. That's what's written in the schedule. And the general rule is 2 hours homework per 1 hour in class. So if you add that all together, it's approximately 10 hours, 10.2 weekly hours that you're going to be, what? Reading the book, doing some exercises, doing some online stuff, listening and listening for things that you are doing specifically for pronunciation, not just having a conversation with your neighbor, but listening to the sounds and recording and doing some things with the software. Okay, so those will kind of all be, and how you decide to allocate your 10 hours a week during the week is up to you. But let me recommend, don't wait all and try to do it in one sitting. That would be not very good, not very profitable, because a little bit every day is much better and will get you a lot farther than doing it all at once. I mean, you need to think about this class is like exercise, okay? It's different from other classes I teach, like a vocabulary class or a grammar class. It's a little bit different in that it's really physical. Okay? If you want to change your accent, you need to change the way you speak. That means you need to change this stuff right here that you're looking at, my face, right? You're going to change that part, except for on your body. All right? So in order to do that, a little bit every day will go a long way. Just like if you're practicing the piano and you need to learn how to play a piece for your recital at the end. You need to practice your scales. Da, 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 da. Those are not the things that you're going to perform, but those are the exercises that will help you gain flexibility and strengthen your fingers. Okay, the same thing you'll do with your face, your mouth, your jaw, your breathing. Okay, what else? This just gives an outline of what topics we're talking about. Word stress and phrase stress in polysyllabic words. Poly means many. Another word is multisyllabic. So for example, the word chair is 1 syllable. The word table is 2 syllables, right? The word teacher is 2 syllables. The word professor is 3 syllables. So multisyllabic words, we need to pay attention to where the stress is and the stress patterns. And we'll be working on that because that influences your overall accent. We also want to note about the effect of vowel length. So when I say length of the vowel, I don't mean anything on paper. What I mean is how long you produce the sound. So I would say E and E. Do you hear one is short and one is long? So when I say E and E, short and long, length means short and long. So when we're speaking, we can say words like beat and bead, B-E-A-T, beat. What is the beat? Beat. And that E is shorter than bead. I'm going to string some beads on a necklace. Beads. So that vowel sound is longer. Now I'm going to teach you some things that some other English speakers, most other English speakers, will not be aware of. So it's very specialized. You can go and talk to other people who speak English, but they won't be able to tell you anything other than, you sound funny. You have an accent. You didn't say that right. They might tell you that, but they don't know how to tell you how to make it right. They don't know how to tell you what really is wrong, because that's not their specialty. You know what I'm saying? They know how to use the language, they can communicate with it, but they don't know how to analyze it, they don't know how to teach it. So that's why you're in this class. I know how to do both of those things. I speak many languages myself. All right. I was born and raised here. I was born in San Francisco, raised in Berkeley, went to Stanford, been in California for almost my whole life, except for the times when I've been abroad. I studied French, Spanish, Italian, Mandarin, Cantonese, a tiny bit of Vietnamese, and a few other things along the way. So I do have a background in a lot of different languages. I also have a keen ear for sounds. So one of the things I do that most people don't do is when I'm talking to somebody and listening to them, I start listening to how they talk instead of what they're saying. I listen for both. Usually you only listen to what they say, what they mean, what they want, because that's what normal people do. But my specialty is to listen not only what they're saying, but how it's coming out. So I have a gift for that, and I want to share that with you. And some of the things that I will talk to you about, if you ask a native speaker of English, they might have no clue about that. So we have something, we have vocabulary we call segmental, like consonants and vowels. Consonants are sounds like b, f, s, k, l. Those are consonants. Vowels are a, e, oi, o. All right, so in English we have 5 vowels in writing. We have 14 vowels in speaking. Okay, so we're going to look at those, listen for them, and see how we can put them in. We also have something we call supra-segmental. Supra means above, higher than. So that means more than vowels and consonants. That's the stuff that I want to talk about that is invisible. It's things like stress, intonation, pitch change, rhythm. They're not written down. We do not write them down in English. Probably not in any language, but specifically not in English. So we call them supra because it's like kind of somewhere up in the clouds. So I want to bring those down for you so that you can hear them, recognize them, understand them, and start applying them to your own speech. And so you can make your modification in your accent. So these are some activities that we will engage in that are written down on the information sheet. And it also shows you my grading, which is 25% for each of one of these things. Oral assignments, and we'll have some online assignments with little quizzes and some analysis, some discussion points. We'll have the midterm, and we'll have a final, and those are it. Now, I think most of you are taking this class. I mean, in my experience, most people take this class not because they necessarily need it for any graduation units, right? But for your own enhancement, your own personal. So I usually just do pass and fail, pass and no pass, and pass is 70%. If you want a grade, I'll give you a A, B, C, D, F grade if you prefer. But you can talk about, and to me it doesn't matter because my goal is to help you learn and to be better. Does that sound good? You ready to participate in that? Good. Okay, great. Is there anybody else who needs to see Terry? He's over there. Okay, 10-minute warning. So you can go ahead and speak with him. Don't be shy. Move over there to speak with him. Fine. Now I'm going to continue with my introduction, and this is about how to use.
So I'm going to purchase the materials. I'm applying online.
Sure. Sure. Fine. Okay, so I'm gonna. What I want to do now is show you how to use Angel Learning. If this is new to you, pay close attention. If this is not new to you, maybe you'll be so kind as to go over to somebody who is new and show them a few tricks. So, if you want to go to the simple way to go is to start, say, with Mission College. Suppose you're at Mission College, okay? And let me just start from there because maybe that's the place where you have already bookmarked on your computer. So you can go to missioncollege.edu or missioncollege.org. Both of them will take you to the same place. So when you're on the Mission College home page,
What class is this? Because we are
ESL 970. I have two signs outside. 960 is upstairs, E2401. E2401. Yeah, there are two signs outside, one on the door, one on the stairway. This class is ESL 970 AM, accent modification. Okay, go to E2401 inside the building. Yeah, look on the door, there's a sign. Look on the side of the wall, outside. Go outside, there's a big pink sign. It tells you E2401. Okay, do you see the sign right there? Okay. Yeah, it's hard when new students are, there's so many things to look at. Okay, so I'd like to show you, this is the Missing College homepage. You're familiar with this, right? Are you familiar with the portal, the MC portal? That's how you logged on, and that's how you enrolled for this class, isn't it? Okay, good. So the next thing I'm going to show you is Angel Login. So on the right side, it's in alphabetical order where it starts with A's. The third green link, it says Angel Login. Click on that one. And it'll take you to the page that our opening homepage for the college. We share this with West Valley, so that's why it says West Valley Mission Community College District. Both of our colleges use the same Angel Learning, and we call it Angel for short. And when you look at this, you will see your name on the top right. Do you see your name on the top right? Okay, so let me show you about logging in. All right, let me go back to where I haven't logged in. I'm going to log, how I'll do this is first I will, let me log out. I'm going to log out. I want to log out, and then I'll log in, and then we'll show you what it looks like when you're new.